Hi, I'm Nathan. I'm the COO of Wecan. Today, I would like to show you how AI is impacting compliance. I will give you a concrete example of a new client onboarding done through our Wecan app. This app can manage the full client lifecycle, from onboarding to periodical review to client updates. If you already watched the first video, you will discover a lot of new features. If you haven't, no problem. We will go through all the key features of this application. Let's start with a simple example. I just met a client and I have a meeting note. I would like to create a new customer based on that meeting note. This meeting note is a PDF of 3 pages containing a lot of information. I can just drag and drop that document and ask to create a new customer. Okay, let's see what's just happened here. We can see that a new client record was created. I can also see that a new workflow for onboarding was automatically open and that I have a summary of the detail extracted from the meeting notes. I also have some recommendation and some next steps. I could continue to interact with the data here, but for the sake of the demo, I will jump directly to the client record created. I can now visualize in a more standard way all the data which was extracted. I can see that the data contained in the document was mapped directly to my KYC. This KYC here can be fully customized according to your needs, and you can create as many use cases as you want. You can easily edit some information. You can hide or unhide empty fields. You have a full activity history available, and also you can manage access easily to grant or remove access to someone to that data. We build some features around the data to guide you through the best possible KYC that you can build. For example, there is a corroborating document feature where the platform is suggesting some documents that you should add to complete the KYC. It creates a list and tell you why you should add such document to the KYC. You can, of course, edit that list, remove document, or add document yourself. We also have a smart folder feature where client records are automatically sorted in the right folder, and this folder can be created only with a prompt. We integrate your compliance screening tool and bring all the results here directly in the platform. In case of a hit, you can manage directly the hit within the platform. There is a recommendation, and you can either assign this hit to someone or close the case. We also have a rescoring engine integrated to the platform. You can, if needed, override that score and easily configure all the criteria. Based on the rescoring, you can define a periodic screening that will run a new check on a periodical basis. To make sure that your new client meets your internet policy, you can integrate all the rules within the platform and check them systematically. You will see that here one rule is compliant and the other rule was not evaluated. The platform is able to give you some feedback on the coherence of the data to, for example, spot if something doesn't make sense. And for each feedback, you are able to say that it is fine or not relevant. For example, here we can see that there is a comment on the source of wealth and it seems to be fine. Instead of copy-pasting what you find on the internet or on LinkedIn, the platform is able to gather everything and create a summary and a LinkedIn profile directly within the system. You can add some notes directly in the client profile, and these notes will be taken into account in all analysis. The platform is able also to run some periodical review and plan it. You can, of course, edit the next date and this date is calculated based on the risk of the client. The client file can be linked to different workflow, for example, an onboarding, a client review, or a change. And here we can see that the onboarding has started and is in progress. We will see right after what does it mean. To simplify the interaction with your customer, you can create a client portal. This client portal will allow you to share document, to request document. The client portal can be accessed through mobile or a web app, and the client can easily download a document or answer to a request, for example, to upload a document, for example, a proof of address. I'm back in my client file, and now I would like to continue the onboarding of my customer. I can see that the current step is assigned to the front team, which I'm part of, that I am the owner. I can have some key metrics here. And what are the next steps? I have a clear history of all activities, and I'm also helped with the fact that the AI is telling me how to move forward. If I go to the validation, I have some advice of what is needed to move to the next validation. I can add some notes. I can manage easily the access. And a very interesting feature is also the fact that I can generate an onboarding pack. I can select the language of this onboarding pack, and based on the data available in the client file, it will create the appropriate onboarding pack, including the right documents. The pack was generated and contains one mandatory document, and it also added an optional document based on the note that was added in the client profile. I can now create and pre-fill the pack, so it means that it will pre-fill all the information based on the information in the client profile. And I can see my document filled with the data of Vincent. What's interesting with the onboarding pack is that it's really easy to configure. You can just upload an existing document, the AI will scan for the appropriate fields and help you map everything. Once you have the signed pack, you can just upload it and run a new coherence check. And if needed, you can export all the information in the platform. It will generate, for example, this nice PDF, including all the necessary information. If I open the task menu, I can have a clear view on what needs to be done within the platform. For example, a validation or a document submitted by a client. I can also access a dashboard to monitor all the workflows. For example, how many were completed, what was the average time, how many times they were sent back, why they were sent back, where do deals spend time, the onboarding time, and the deals with the most sendbacks. Okay, that's all for today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any question, don't hesitate to leave a comment or contact me directly. I would be happy to answer it or give you a full demo. Bye-bye.